our young guys, man. And again, I can't wait till we get to Wednesday to really get going, and you'll see the guys that'll be able to come back-to-back days sometime, and do all those little things when it matters.
The decision to move Makai to receiver from John, what kind of went into that for you guys, and why does it fit the role?
Well, being honest, it really happened before I got here. I just think evaluating his body type and what he can do, especially when Coach Miles got here, what we do on offense with a guy with that kind of skill set, he really fits that. And it takes him out of some areas that he's probably not strong in when you talk about playing from the backfield. So just trying to use him to his strengths and put him in the best situation to be successful. So I think it's going to be really good there.
I presume Hakeem Williams is someone you're familiar with as a high school kid. What is it about Hakeem that makes him such a promising player? And what does he have to do to get there?
First of all, I think he's done a really good job with his leadership of the group, just making sure that he's showing up every day, handling his business the right way. It's something that our younger players have been able to look to. I feel like he's evaluated his game and knows the kind of player that he has to be to maximize, himself as far as within our offense, and he's done that. He's going to be a dirty work type guy that can, put himself in the right positions to have success in a lot of different ways. You see him, his route running is improving, his ability to block on the perimeter is being great, and he's also continuing to work on his downfield receiving skills too. So I've been pleased with Hakeem.
Through the years, Florida State's had some success with receivers blocking, and sometimes, like last year, maybe that was an issue at times. What's the key to getting better at that?
It's the mindset of the group. As a receiver coach, a lot of people, they like to kind of hold back on talking about something like that because you feel like it makes guys say, oh, is coach just expecting us to be that? But for you to be successful in our offense and at this position, that's something you're going to have to be able to show that you can do at a high level. And when you can do that, showing that you're a tough, gritty guy to help the overall offense go, your ability to get the ball and do the things that you want with the ball in your hand, they're going to come because you'll be out there a lot more. So, just the mindset of our group and pushing that we're going to be a tough physical group. We're going to be a group that affects the game even when we don't have the ball in our hands. So.
What's it been like for you getting to know the guys that are already here?
Oh, it's been great. A lot of them I knew already because kids from our state, you recruited them at some point. And the guys that I didn't know, it's been really good too, just getting to know their stories, why they here, what their goals are. But we have a really easygoing group. I was just telling someone over there, when you have a group outside of Deuce and Squirrel who played a lot of their last schools, but the group that we had here of guys that are still eager to kind of scratch the surface and make their way as college football players. So when you have guys that are still at that phase of wanting to grow, wanting to develop, haven't had that success yet that they may want, they're ready to buy in. And that's what's been really good with our group. They've really bought into what we're asking them to do, and they're pushing themselves every day to continue to improve.
It seemed like some different people had different opinions of Javon, what he could be in college. Why were you so sold on Javon?
Oh, man, just his overall mentality. Sometimes you turn on the tape and you watch a guy, and for him, for the last 2 years in our state and one of the better classifications, he's been dominant. And you can look sometimes and try to figure out why not to take a guy, or he may not be as fast as this guy, but you watch him against anybody that he's played, he's had a lot of success, and you just watch that over and over again. Then you get to bring him in and you meet with him, and everything about Javon Boggs is he has goals that he wants to reach, and he handles himself that way every single day. Some young men you talk to and they tell you things, but how they operate don't align with that. Everything that he talks about wanting to do, the way that he handles himself aligns with that. So I've been very pleased. We've all been very pleased with him as a freshman just getting here. He and Yossi too. I don't mean to get off top of them, but both our young high school guys that came in this semester, they've done a really good job of handling themselves with maturity.
You said Deuce and Squirrel, those guys want to be leaders.
Yep.
But with a guy like Javon, some of those young guys, do you see that they want to be callers? They want to be leaders?
Yeah, like when you talk about a work ethic like Deuce Robinson, he came here, he got everything about him was coach. I was probably the number 3 option at my last place. I want to come here and show all of college football that I can be a featured guy. And he got here, and it was all about work for him. And Javon Boggs, being a young guy that get here, he attached to his hip. And that was something that I didn't push him to do it as a coach. He's just watching an older guy and how Deuce was working, and he said that's the guy that I want to kind of attach myself with as a young guy. And you've seen the both of them grow throughout our all-season program that same way.
think Gelsey's listed at 235.
Oh,
What
yeah.
allows him to stay at receiver at that size?
Man, his movement skills are super impressive. Like, you know, you look at the weight on the list, and even though myself, I'm like, man, he's pretty heavy, like, but you watch him move in our agility mat drill program. Oh, he moves as good as any guy that we got in that room. I mean, like, it's impressive. It's really impressive. So his movement skills, him being able to do it at that weight, like, I don't see it being a problem at all. You know, I sure hope it don't. Coach Thompson, he might joke with me that he hope it don't work out, but nah, Gelsey's gonna be just fine, man. And I'm really excited to watch him this spring.
Jordan's sponsorship, receivers here for him here. What stands out about him beyond just being very long and tall?
Yeah, he's a guy that's developing every day. You can see, like, he, you know, coming from JUCO, you know, you see the adjustment process that he has when he get here, and then he's done a good job as the all-season program is gone, just making sure that he's doing the right things to keep his body on track, to stay on the field and all that. He's done a better job with that, probably compared to when he first got here. But I've been pleased with his ability of, you know, his attitude being the right way every day. You know, now that he knows what the expectations are from us, he's adjusted really well, and you know, I think it's happening at the right time with spring practice around the corner.
What's the most important thing for your group between March 19th and then April? Reach that finish line.
Well, just getting better every day. You know, that's the mantra of what we talk about in our program here, being your very best every day. And that's what I want to make sure our guys hold themselves to that standard of showing up every day. Because when practice starts, you know, you're not going to feel your very best. You're not going to feel as good as you felt in practice 1. But when you get into practice 10 and 11 and your body's starting to bother you a little bit, can you push yourself past that, you know, past that tough point and continue to improve? And that's what I want to see. By practice 15, us playing at our absolute best. And if we do that, we're doing our part and setting ourselves up to be a featured part of this offense.
Wayne was a guy that had a lot of hype coming out of high school. And I'm sure he and Elijah and those guys you mentioned didn't have as much opportunities as they were hoping for. But in terms of their attitudes, like confidence, what are you seeing from them going into year 2?
I see great confidence. I think that was a great word for you to use, because that's what I see from them every day. You can tell that they've been in college now for a year, and they know what the expectations of the program are. They know what we're asking them to do. Me, from a position coach standpoint, Coach Malzahn, as far as the overall offense, they're understanding that. So when they understand what the expectations are, they put a lot more into the preparation. And when you're prepared, you can go out there and play with a lot more confidence, and that's what you're seeing from those guys right now.
Talked a lot about probably going to ask some stuff here.